Verse of the day, July 3rd, 2026. And I will ask the Father, and he will send you another helper who will stay with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world is unable to receive him because it does not see him and does not know him. But you know him because he remains with you and will live within you. John 14:16-17. There are times when everything inside becomes still, not because every burden has been lifted, but because words no longer come easily. Certain seasons leave a person holding hopes that feel delicate, and unanswered questions that linger without resolution. The heart begins to long for something steady, something that does not shift when life changes, something that remains when personal strength feels small. This passage meets us in that quiet space. It does not hurry us. It does not deny the heaviness we carry or pretend that pain is absent from life. Instead, it stays close and reminds us we are not alone. There are days when silence feels louder than prayer itself. We look for assurance, wondering if God has overlooked us. We wonder if he still notices every hidden tear, every disappointment kept inside, every hope delayed far beyond expectation. Yet even in those quiet places, God does not step away. His nearness is often gentler than expected. It arrives like calm air after anxious thoughts. It settles where fear once tried to take root. It remains steady even when emotions rise and fall like waves. Faith can feel quiet at times, yet it continues beneath the surface. It lives in the quiet choice to still turn toward God without having every answer. It survives in simple moments when the heart calls on him without many words. This promise carries a tenderness that reaches beyond what we can see. It reminds us that God's presence is not far away. It is not something we must earn through strength or performance. It is not reserved only for moments when we feel strong. Even when life feels uncertain, his presence does not leave. There is comfort in knowing that God understands what others cannot see. He knows the silent disappointments never spoken aloud. He knows prayers repeated so often they feel like whispers. He knows exhaustion built from long waiting seasons. Nothing within us is hidden from him, yet he remains close. Hope begins to rise when we realize his nearness does not depend on perfect conditions. Weakness does not interrupt it. Fatigue does not remove it. Instead, his presence gently covers ordinary days. It moves with us through daily routines. It stays through long nights when rest is slow. It remains in both joy and grief. We often expect God to speak through loud moments, yet much of his comfort comes through stillness, in quiet mornings, in peace that replaces fear without explanation, in strength that appears one step at a time. Slowly, something shifts within the heart. Not because every struggle disappears, but because we no longer carry everything alone. The weight may still exist, yet it feels less overwhelming. The future may still be unknown, yet it no longer feels empty. A quiet confidence begins to grow. It grows through remembering his faithfulness across changing seasons. It grows through recognizing that his love has never depended on our understanding. His presence becomes rest instead of pressure, a place where striving fades into surrender, a place where fear loosens its grip, a place where hope returns gently, like light before sunrise. There is deep beauty in knowing God continues working beneath what we can see. Growth often happens in silence before it becomes visible. Healing begins where eyes cannot yet observe it. His work is patient, his care is gentle, his timing is never rushed. Even when we cannot trace the path ahead, he remains closer than fear itself. There are seasons when the only step forward is to stay open to him, open to his peace, open to his comfort, open to the quiet assurance that he has not left. Today we rest in the truth that we are not abandoned. His presence is not fragile. It does not fade with emotion or circumstance. It remains steady through every season of life. We are not asked to hold tomorrow before it arrives. We are not asked to solve every mystery. We are simply held by the one who stays near through every season, every joy, every sorrow, and every hope still forming. His presence is enough for today. His peace is enough for this moment. His love continues to surround every place within us that still longs for rest. Now we pray together. Let my heart grow still before you, Lord. Thank you for meeting me in this quiet moment. Thank you for never requiring me to pretend I am stronger than I am. You know every thought that has moved through my mind today. You are aware of the moments when I appeared to smile while my inner strength felt drained. You know the hidden places where I have carried quiet concerns, unspoken disappointments, and fears I never shared aloud. Before I continue speaking, I choose to rest in the truth that I am fully seen by you and still completely loved. Thank you for remaining near through every stage of my life. Even when I struggled to notice you, you never turned away. Even when my prayers felt small and my faith felt fragile, you held me with steady kindness that never grows tired. Your patience has surpassed my doubts. Your mercy has gone deeper than anything I can fully understand. I am thankful for a love that is not based on how well I am doing today. I am thankful that your attitude toward me stays gentle, constant, and full of compassion. Lord, I admit there are times when I feel overwhelmed by what I cannot control. I think about tomorrow before today is finished. I rehearse conversations that have not happened. I picture outcomes that may never come. My heart becomes restless, and my thoughts grow heavy. In those moments, I lose sight of how close you are. I begin relying on my own reasoning instead of resting quietly in your presence. Today, I place all of that before you. I bring my anxious thoughts, my unanswered questions, my disappointments, and my hopes that still feel distant. I bring dreams I have carried for so long that they sometimes feel out of reach. I bring relationships that need healing, decisions that require wisdom, and burdens that have quietly settled within me. I no longer want to carry them alone. Thank you for receiving every part of me without turning me away. I do not need to hide my weakness because you already see it with perfect love. I do not need perfect words because you understand every unspoken sigh before it forms. There is peace in knowing you listen fully, even when all I can offer is silence. Teach me to trust you again in ordinary moments. Help me notice your presence in the simple things I often ignore. Let me recognize your peace in the stillness of morning, in the calm of evening, and in the quiet reminders that you walk beside me faithfully. Slow my heart so I can remember I am never alone. When the future feels uncertain, remind me that you are already there. When delays discourage me, help me trust that your timing is never careless. When I grow impatient with myself, teach me to receive the same grace you always give. Help me stop measuring life by what I have not yet achieved, and instead rest in the truth that I am securely held in your hands. Thank you for your Spirit who stays with me even when I struggle to find words. Thank you that your presence is not distant or difficult to reach. You are near. You remain faithful. You continue to comfort, strengthen, and guide me through every day. Even when my emotions shift, your faithfulness remains unchanged. Even when I feel weak, your love stays steady. There are places within me that still need healing. Old wounds sometimes reopen without warning. Memories return with sadness. Regrets speak quietly. Moments I wish I could undo still linger in my thoughts. I place all of it into your hands. I do not ask to erase the past. I ask that your gentle presence meet me there, bringing comfort where there has been pain, peace where there has been unrest, and hope where discouragement has remained too long. Help me see your kindness more clearly than my fears. Let my heart rest in the certainty that I do not need every answer today. I do not need to fix everything before I can experience your peace. I only want to stay close to you, trusting you to guide me step by step. Father, as I remain still before you, I recognize how deeply I need your peace in every part of my heart. There are areas within me that still feel unsettled. Worries return even after prayer. Fear sometimes finds its way back into my thoughts, yet you never grow weary of welcoming me. You never tell me I have come too often with the same burdens. You continue to meet me with gentle love, patient compassion, and faithful care. Thank you for never judging me by weakness. Thank you for seeing beyond my failures and fears. You see who I am becoming even when I cannot see it myself. You shape me with gentleness rather than pressure. You invite me to walk with you one day at a time, trusting that your work within me is still unfolding. Lord, remind me that I do not need to carry everything through my own strength. When exhaustion comes from trying to hold everything together, remind me that you are my place of rest. When I begin to believe everything depends on me, gently turn my heart back to your faithfulness. Teach me to release what I cannot control and trust that you are already caring for what troubles my mind. I lift up every relationship close to my heart. Bless those I love. Surround them with peace, wisdom, and protection. Meet them in both joy and struggle. Draw them near to you in personal and quiet ways. Where there has been misunderstanding, let kindness grow. Where there has been distance, allow healing to slowly begin. Where sorrow has touched my life, let your comforting presence gently stay. I thank you for all the ways you have cared for me that I did not even notice. I thank you for prayers answered in unexpected forms. I thank you for doors you closed with love because you saw what I could not. I thank you for unseen protection, quiet provision, unexpected encouragement, and every small moment of grace that carried me through hard days. Lord, help me not move through life so fast that I miss your goodness. Open my heart to the simple blessings you place in each day. Let gratitude become a steady rhythm within me, even in the most ordinary moments. Let me see that your love continues to surround me. Let me find joy in small gifts, peace in quiet moments, and hope in the truth that you remain faithful in every season. When I feel discouraged by my own weakness, remind me that your love is not based on my performance. You know every unfinished part of my life, and still I belong to you. Thank you for loving me with patience that never ends. Thank you for never turning away, even when I have been slow to fully trust you. As I look toward the days ahead, I place them gently in your hands. I do not know what will come tomorrow, but I trust that you will already be there. Walk with me through every conversation, every choice, every unexpected turn, and every quiet moment. Let your presence become the steady place where my heart finds rest again and again. If joy comes, help me receive it with gratitude. If trials come, help me face them with calm trust. If waiting continues, help me remain patient without losing hope. Whatever this season brings, remind me that I never walk alone. Lord, continue shaping my heart. Remove whatever keeps me from resting fully in your love. Replace resentment with forgiveness. Replace anxiety with peace. Replace discouragement with quiet hope. Teach me patience toward others, just as you have shown endless patience toward me. Teach me kindness, because I have received so much kindness from you. Thank you for being my refuge when life feels uncertain. Thank you for being my comfort when words are few. Thank you for remaining steady in a world that changes so quickly. I do not want my heart ruled by fear or driven by worry. I want to stay close to you, letting your quiet presence shape how I live, how I love, and how I trust. As this prayer reaches its end, I release every burden into your hands. I lay down the fears I have carried too long. I release the need to understand everything before I can rest. I let go of the pressure to have every answer. Instead, I receive the calm assurance that you are with me, that you see me fully, and that your love will sustain me one day at a time. Thank you for hearing every whispered prayer, every hidden longing, and every silent tear. Thank you for holding what feels fragile within me with perfect care. May my heart remain at home in your presence, trusting that you will never leave me, and that your peace will guide me through all that comes ahead. When I forget your goodness, gently bring my heart back to the place where trust first began. Remind me that you have been faithful through every chapter of my life. Even when I could not see your hand, I can now recognize how you carried me through what once felt impossible. You gave me strength when I had none left. You gave me comfort when I felt empty. You surrounded me with grace, even when I did not realize I needed it. Thank you for every sign of your love, seen and unseen. Continue shaping my heart into a place where your peace can dwell. Remove the fears that tell me I must face life alone. Loosen the grip of every worry that keeps me from resting in you. Replace inner noise with the calm certainty that you are near, present, and faithful. Help me receive each new day as a gift, not a burden. Let me not focus on what is missing and miss the many ways you care for me. Open my eyes to ordinary beauty, a peaceful morning, a kind word, a moment of stillness, a renewed sense of hope. Let gratitude become the language of my heart. Teach me to trust you even when the full path is unseen. I do not need every answer to be held safely by you. I do not need full understanding to experience your peace. I only want to remain close, letting your presence become my confidence, my comfort, and my resting place. As I rise from this prayer, let me carry the assurance that I am never alone. Let my heart stay anchored in your love through this day and every day ahead. Guide my thoughts with your Spirit. Soften my words. Fill my life with peace that only you can give. Whatever joy comes, Let me receive it with humility. Whatever challenge comes, let me meet it with quiet trust. Knowing your faithful presence never fails, I place my life, my future, my loved ones, my hopes, and every hidden part of my heart into your hands. There is no safer place than with you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for remaining with me now and always. Amen. Stay close to this peace.